My name's Aidan Ivers, and today I'm taking aboard the steering wheel on our pirate ship. Yay!
Yeah.
We are joined today with my co-host Jake Goetz on Zoom. Jake, how you doing?
What's up? I'm feeling a little bit more well rested than I normally am on the buzz. But it's cool. It's like a nice little throwback to the COVID days, and I have a chance to
Yeah.
use this fancy little USB microphone again.
It looks very nice for our listeners on Facebook. If you see Jake's mic, it's like really old-fashioned. Reminds me of old-timey radio.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. And we are joined by our sportscaster, Alex. Alex, how are you?
Good. How are you, Aiden?
I am great. Like especially after last night's game, 7-0 Phillies.
We'll get to that, Aiden.
Yeah. We are joined by our segment host, Cassandra Diafaria. Cass, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm
Cool.
very excited for you being on the board today.
And
We'll see how
I
that
can't wait to
goes.
hear your segments. I'm sure we're gonna hear a
Oh, we got
lot of
something.
a lot of interesting news
Mhm.
regarding the entertainment world. And with our Philly newscaster, we have Lara Zaccardi, our producer. Lara, how are you?
I feel like such a proud mom right now. Oh my God.
Thank you, Lara. And we have a great show for everybody listening this morning. We have some news. We're going to talk about the Pelosi incident that happened over the weekend, Taylor Swift's tour in 2023, and more news other than those things. But first, we are going to hear a quick newscast from our producer and fill-in newscaster, Lara Zaccardi. Lara, take it away.
Thank you, Aiden. So today, Vice President Kamala Harris will announce new steps the Biden administration is taking to help lower energy costs for Americans this winter. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is providing $4.5 billion in assistance to help cut you guys, I can't English in the morning. I'm sorry. Heating costs for the low-income house energy assistance program, according to the White House. In state news, a manhunt was on to find a gunman who shot 2 police officers yesterday afternoon in Newark. While the wounded cops remained hospitalized, officials said at evening press conferences. Authorities begged for the public help to find a suspect they identified as a 30-year-old Kendall Howard of East Orange, who they said shot the officers at a close range in an apartment building. In some local news, over the past few months, local leaders and community organizers have had one of 3 reactions to the $187.7 million school bond referendum. They've spoken up with their support of the referendum question, explained why they will not be endorsing it or will be staying silent. On November 8th, Montclair voters will be asked to support that heck of a load of a big number million bond referendum measure, including to work in all the 11 district schools. The average rate of schools is 99 years old. And now for some beautiful weather today. You guys, oh my gosh, it's going to be a beautiful fall day with a high of 69 degrees and a low of 50. As of right now, it is 52 degrees and we are expected to see a sunrise at 7:28 a.m., which, you know, those clocks are turning back soon. So I'm mentally preparing myself for the days to get a little darker. But we have some beautiful sunny skies today. And that is all I have for some news.
Thank you, Lara. That was really interesting. And that's something we're a week away from Election Day, guys. How exciting is that?
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited. Here
Very.
at the station, part of the news team, we're planning on having a really special broadcast regarding the closing of polls, making live calls. So really looking forward
voting.
to that. Democracy.
Yeah.
Civil,
I do
duty.
love that stuff.
I love
Yes.
democracy.
We all do, Lara. We all do. And Alex, we have some sports news, right?
Yeah, we got some sports. Yeah, sports happening because last night in the MLB, it was game 3 of the World Series with the Phillies destroying the Astros 7-0, making the series a 2-1 for the Phillies. And the series will continue tonight at 8:03 p.m. So let's go Phillies. And hockey news, the New York Rangers beat the Philadelphia Flyers 1-0 in overtime. And the New Jersey Devils beat the Vancouver Canucks 5-2. In basketball, the Brooklyn Nets came up short last night, losing to the Chicago Bulls 108-99. But don't worry, Nick, the New York Knicks will play the Atlanta Hawks tonight at 7:30 p.m. And in Montclair sports news, the 5th seed Montclair State volleyball team railed to the top 4th seed Rutgers Camden in the fourth set New Jersey Athletic Conference quarterfinals on Tuesday. With this win, Montclair State advances to the NJAC semifinals and will face top seed Rowan Thursday at 7 p.m. in Glassboro, New Jersey. And in women's soccer, Rutgers Camden, the Montclair State women's soccer team will be versing Rutgers Camden in the NJAC semifinals Wednesday at 7 p.m. at MSU Park. And I can't wait. If they win this, they go to the championship. Talking about championship, the Montclair State men's soccer team won last night 2-1 and will be going to the NJAC championship against Rowan this Friday, 7 p.m. at MSU Soccer Park. So let's go, Redhawks. I've been Alex. This has been sports.
Thank you, Alex. Let's go, Redhawks. Oh my goodness. I'm not like I am very pleased to hear that our men's soccer is heading to the NJAC finals.
Manifesting our
such a
league.
good game.
Yay!
I went to the game with some of my friends. It was a great game.
Awesome.
Manifesting our Lady Redhawks will join them.
Yeah, hopefully, Larry. That's right. We are wishing our Redhawks the best of luck here from the station on the Morning Buzz. But now it's time to get into some news. As according to NBC News, the suspect in Paul Pelosi's attack allegedly told police he was on, quote, a suicide mission with more targets. The man accused of brutally attacking the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi told police officers at the scene that he was on, quote, a suicide mission and had additional targets, according to court documents filed yesterday. The new details came shortly after California prosecutors charged David DePep with attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, elder abuse, residential burglary, false imprisonment, and threatening a public official in connection with Friday's attack on Paul Pelosi. DePep, who appeared in state court, pleaded not guilty to all charges. After he entered his plea, prosecutors filed a detention memo revealing comments DePep is alleged to have made to authorities and medics Friday. Asked whether he had other plans besides the attack at Pelosi's house, DePep named several prominent state and federal politicians, their relatives, and a local professor, according to a court filing. None of the people were named. DePep, who was arraigned Tuesday afternoon in San Francisco, could face 13 years to life in prison if he is convicted. During the 15-minute-long hearing, DePep wore an orange jumpsuit, and his arm was in a sling. His public defender, Adam Lipson, told reporters after that DePep's shoulder was dislocated when police arrested him Friday. Lipson said he plans to investigate DePep's, quote, vulnerability to misinformation as part of the defense.
Yeah, vulnerability to disinformation, a bit of an understatement there. Geez, yeah. So one thing I did kind of want to point out is that this kind of detail that there were multiple targets kind of in his mind when he did this. This is pretty much in line with a lot of right-wing extremism that you see. There's like the perception is that there's a whole like elite like cabal and I have to take them down. And a lot of like QAnon and honestly a lot of mainstream conservative rhetoric is based around creating these framings that incentivize that behavior. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be cool if that was discussed more. I mean, like we talked about vulnerability to misinformation, but I mean, it's more like framing.
Yeah.
It's so normalized now, you know, like we hear about this and it's like, oh, I mean, what else is new? And that's sad.
And
you know?
generally, I think like violence on all scales is unacceptable.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter who we're dealing with, who unfortunately is dealing with it after an incident. But like I personally think we should just wish that because this is a traumatic experience now for the Pelosi family.
Absolutely.
We have to remember,
and all lawmakers, right? Like everyone is a target. Like now, when it feels like just doing your job can make you a target for violence.
Yeah, and we start to forget that, based on what Jake just said, politicians are people as well. Even though we might not like that saying, like to bring it up, but they have families, and this story is an example of crossing that limit because if this man is convicted of the crimes that he did, he's going to prison for a long time. So,
and like with like the elections coming up next week,
yeah, it's really unfortunate, and I think it's really a good thing that he's caught. You know how it would be really exponentially worse, I think, if we read the story and one of the details was, yeah, the attacker is still on the loose. They had never caught him.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
You know, because like that's so I think that's really good on the part of our justice system and like I said before, hopefully we can only hope that Speaker Pelosi and her husband and her family get through this horrible tragedy really, really swiftly. And Alex, I wanted to ask you your personal thoughts on this. What do you have to say
about
this like this?
Well, the attack was, I don't know, that's horrible. I looked it up like because I follow politics, but I don't like dive too deep into them. But any attack on anybody who nobody deserves to be attacked.
Doesn't matter. I don't think.
But it does. Party. It's just awful because I looked up. He's 82.
Yeah.
It's like beating up somebody's like grandpa. Like what are you doing where you're breaking into somebody's home with a hammer and saying, I'm gonna beat this person up for no reason? It's just sad to see how every single day we have a new story about somebody attacking another person.
And I guess it's like also like frightening to like say that this is like because of vulnerability to misinformation. Like there's something else there. Like we can't just say it's because of that.
Because like I don't know if you guys have ever like checked out a lot of conservative media or have ever gone on conservative forums, but the framing is always like these liberal politicians are destroying America and they're doing it intentionally and they're doing it like specifically despite you. And like they frame it like they're these all powerful people and that nothing's going to happen unless somebody does something about it. And there's always this like leading, like somebody's got to do something. And like this is also like how a lot of the school shootings that maybe not the school shootings, but like a lot of mass shootings happen this way
in general
because they got radicalized by these communities and to create like lone wolf sort of attacks.
And going off of that what you just said, Jake, it's really timely because we're 1 week before Election Day, and those normalized tragedies of shootings, all we keep hearing across the United States. I think it really gives voters the tactics that they need before exercising their civil right to cast their vote and for the future that they want for the United States. Because like it's like, what future do we want to not only protect ourselves and our families, but also the lives of those who we elect to help fight for us in the law. So we just hope here at the Morning Buzz that they get through it as soon as possible. Moving on to our next story related to like I said before, voting, because Election Day is a week away.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah, according to NBCnews.com, over 200,000 transgender people could face voting restrictions because of state ID laws. On Election Day in 2016, Henry Seaton, a transgender man who was then 18, showed up to his local polling place in a suburb of Nashville, Tennessee, to vote for the first time. Seaton showed his state ID, but the poll worker gave him a confused look and called over another poll worker to look at Seaton's identification. Then, in front of the Nazarene church where he was supposed to vote, the poll workers asked him about what they saw as a discrepancy between his ID and his appearance. Seaton, now 24, said, quote, "I had to out myself as transgender." He had legally changed his name at the time, but the gender marker on his Tennessee ID still had female. Voter ID laws can also create problems for trans people in particular, who might change their names and gender presentations as part of their transitions. And updating their IDs would require them to also legally change their names and potentially their gender markers. 9 states also require residents to publish their name change announcements, often for 3 to 4 weeks in local papers. 18 additional states, have what the organization calls, quote, unclear publication requirements, or rules that allow courts to waive the requirements. The publication requirements allow creditors or anyone else to object to name changes. And personally, I think that's a really unfortunate situation that Henry Sidon had to go through, because the process of coming to terms with who you are inside really takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage, and especially on the spot to go through something like that all suddenly. I can imagine how traumatic it was.
Yeah, and I think the thing to point out here is I really don't there is no version of this that is because of logistical reasons. This is just flat out discrimination.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's very concerning news. I don't know if how widespread this will be, if this is an issue of states. But no, it's there's no reason for this. No one could convince me that there's a good reason for this happening other than just hatred and discrimination against trans people.
Well, yeah, and I feel to maybe steer the way for the future of our voters, of our community of voters across the country, it could be a good idea for our elected officials to create pathways for our transgender citizens like that, so don't have to deal with going through, like I just mentioned, that thing that takes a lot of courage. It can take a lifetime for them to come to terms with that and want to present that to the world. It doesn't happen in a snap of a finger.
And it's awful because not only do they have to accept themselves and their family have to accept themselves and even their friends, but also society, and society is not very welcoming, and it's unfortunate.
We have a lot of our society definitely has a lot of work to do, Lara.
No, and also just the policy aspect of it, even access to certain gender affirming healthcare, which the actual drugs involved in that are available to cis people all the time, and they get it all the time. But when it's for the purpose of gender affirmation, it becomes the waiting times increase. There's a lot more approval involved. It becomes a whole process, and it really just is a matter of just trying to like I said, it just comes back to the widespread discrimination against trans people that is a really scary political force right now.
And I think, going off of that, Jake, that's another tactic that people need to keep in mind when it comes to exercising their civil right, because they're probably asking to themselves, what kind of future do I want? Not only that I see, the one that I see fit, but also to our marginalized communities, for them. How are we going to make it easier in our country for them to manage day to day? That,
and I just really, it's so painful because people really don't see trans people as people too, and just hearing this news is so heartbreaking, and that how people have to out themselves to people that they don't even know, and they can't even have their basic human right to literally vote and to express themselves. They have to prove themselves to them, and it's heartbreaking. This it's gonna people might not go out and vote because of this. I didn't even know 9 states required residents to publish their what? No, okay. I know, it's so upsetting to hear. A lot of feelings. Definitely a bunch of feelings.
We're gonna talk about the weather outside.
My favorite.
The weather.
Is it frightful?
It's frightful.
Is the snow delightful? These are open questions.
We have no place to go.
Let it snow.
Let it snow. Let it snow.
But that's the question. Is it gonna snow?
Is it? Is it gonna snow? We're gonna find out right now. According to NJ.com, for many New Jersey snow lovers, last winter was a dud, with snowfall totals running far below average. except in South Jersey. Shout out Terry Dickerson. Will we see a repeat during the upcoming winter season of 2022 to 2023, or will we get plenty of use out of our snowblowers? There are no shortages of winter forecasts, with the National Weather Service and many private forecasting companies already weighing in with their predictions. Here's a roundup of what the experts are expecting for the New Jersey region. Winter outlook. Long-range forecasters from AccuWeather unveiled their early winter forecast in early October, saying they anticipate another winter season with below average snowfall in the New Jersey region. But the overall season snow total should be a bit higher than last year. AccuWeather has the same general prediction for the New York City area and the Philadelphia area. Tell you one thing, guys. My dad would be really, really pleased if they predicted correctly in the New York City area with not a lot of snow coming on the ground.
Really?
Most dads.
Yeah.
I gotta get the snowblower out. And
Yeah.
do all
Dads and
this.
snows are mortal
Or you get a
enemies.
shovel and get out there.
Yeah.
Well, you guys.
I mean, I personally,
To your shins, and then you have to
depending, I mean, yeah, if the snow is like, it's like if it's like kind of like not like deep, but it's like up to maybe your ankle.
Mhm.
Substantial.
Yeah, that's when you use a snowblower, I think. But like other than that, like I like using the shovel.
The snow blowers for thick situations.
Yeah.
And it's kind of aesthetically pleasing if you think about it, because
No,
like,
it is nice. The little
like the
stream
little,
of
like,
snow. It's like a little snowstorm.
How
that
does
you
it work? Is it like
create.
a vacuum? Like it sucks up the snow and blows it out, or
Oh, bro, you've never seen a snowblower in action?
no?
It's something to
Aw.
behold. It's like a little. It's like it's odd. It's kind of like a lawnmower.
mm,
Cass?
Except imagine if the lawnmower like spit out the lawn
It does.
to the
Cass.
side. Imagine that, but the grass is white.
Cass, I got homework for you.
Yo,
would get
go
on
out
it.
and do and
I've always wanted to use one.
Go out and stare at a snowblower.
yeah,
Yes,
instead of
study its
bird
part.
watching, snowblower watching.
If you want, you could watch a DIY how to use a snowblower, just so you're prepared for
Right.
this not really snowy season.
Right, yeah, that's
If you want, take it apart and build it back together.
the ultimate challenge.
yeah, but actually I don't know, because we're in fall, right? And
That we
it's
are.
gonna be
I
warm.
don't know. You all sing Christmas songs.
I
Yeah. I remember like very
no.
But it's like if we don't get like any snow, like it's gonna be like wintertime. Come on. A little bit is okay.
I'll be disappointed.
A little bit is okay. Come on.
Because I don't like winter that much, even though I am a winter baby.
Mm.
I like snow in December. That's cool with me. But when you start getting to January and February, I'm just like, I'm so over it.
Mhm.
That is, yeah, I can't really, because after that it's like, okay, winter's over, New Year's is over, Christmas is over,
Yeah.
and now it's just frozen on
And
the
then, like,
ground.
big piles of like snow and March just melting away.
And
Yeah.
my thing is the trees. Like they're just bare and it's just sad and the sky is gray and it's
Mhm.
my birthday and it's just
But
sad.
it's not. Think about
My
how.
birthday.
Sorry. When's your birthday? When's your birthday, Laura?
February 10th.
Oh, happy early birthday from
Okay.
a few months away.
I'm just planning ahead. Thank you.
Congrats on having a birthday.
Oh my god, thanks.
But I don't. If Emily McCormack were here, she would have my back on this. But think about this summer, how hot it was day to day. Don't you wish you were like in that snowy environment for like a day even?
I like fall.
Yeah, fall is superior.
This is my
Fall
happy.
or spring.
I think there's an aesthetic vibe to the January, February. It
When I
does
go
kind of.
out the door. I
It's
get
very-
blinded by the snow. I don't like
yeah.
it.
But it's like it's part of the experience.
I mean, it's
Right.
nice.
You're going somewhere. You're traveling.
Where-
You're traversing the icy winters of Montclair State.
Oh,
Oh,
don't even get
It's an
me.
adventure, bro.
last year I saw somebody skiing. in the snow
Where?
in Montclair State, just on the road before they cleared it, like at 8 a.m. They were just skiing down the hill.
Now I know what I'm doing in the winter.
Was it the one that leads to?
Yeah, the one that leads
Yogi
out of
Berra?
Yogi Berra.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's actually really
Oh.
sick. That's a pretty
That's
steep
isn't
hill.
that like dangerous though? Because it's like,
No, they couldn't clean the roads. There were no
but
cars.
it's like
Gonna
if
stop
you go,
dead.
Dude
if
is
you go,
living like Larry.
if you go
in-
fast enough, it leads right to The
You
road.
look like
Yeah.
that's good enough. That's
But then when you get at the bottom, you gotta like cross
Yeah,
country
you gotta.
ski.
But also, there's a parking lot that you could like go into to break. It's funny as a
You just go
skateboarder,
into
I'm
the
thinking
spot.
this through.
As a skier, I'm like, how would I?
Just go to your car and just put your skis away, and then
Well-
go on.
Well, the roads aren't plowed,
Oh, that's true.
so
Just wait.
gotta move your legs and gotta move on the road. I'm preparing for ski season. Okay, actually, I probably should prepare for ski season. I love skiing.
I
Oh,
did
you
not know that,
ski?
Blair.
Surprise!
No, no.
Yeah. I haven't gotten in like 3 years, but I miss it.
Well, we could pull an Alex into it blindfolded too.
What?
What?
He ski when we were blindfolded. Remember?
What?
Remember that?
I think he
Do
said
I-
that he was driving.
No,
with
I
his
was
eyes
joking
closed.
that I drive blind.
I know.
Yeah.
I was joking as well. Don't worry about it.
PSA: please do not drive with
No.
your eyes closed.
Or
If you
ski.
want.
Don't. Or if you want, in the best interest of you, the listener, for your safety, don't ski with blindfolds on.
It sounds
Or
like some
ski.
professional videos.
Good thing I'm not listening.
Okay. Well,
Goodness.
with that being said, we're going to take a quick break here on the Morning Buzz, and we are back here in our chaos hour with some more fun and entertaining news. So, Jake, why don't you take this story, which I think Cassandra is going to really enjoy hearing about?
I am.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Taylor Swift announces. This is the correct one, yes. Taylor
Yes.
Swift announces 2023 Eras Tour of U.S. stadiums. Taylor Swift announced yesterday morning. I was like, Taylor Swift is morning? What? Okay. Announced yesterday morning her long rumored return to the road with an outing dubbed the Eras Tour. She's scheduled to hit U.S. stadiums beginning in March 2023 and running into August, with international dates set to be revealed later. The support acts are all very much about the sisterhood, with a host of acts Swift has championed in the past. Opening acts for the U.S. leg of the tour are Paramore, Haim, Phoebe Bridgers, Biba Doobie, Girl in Red, Muna. Is that not how you say it?
I think it's how you say it. It's just
Biba Doobie. Yeah, that's that Doobie, Biba Doobie.
That would be the name.
Girl in Red, Muna, Gail, Gracie Abrams, and Owen.
With 2 N's.
Yes. The tour dates start March 18th, 2023, which in what is apparently a sweet spot for Swift. Glendale, Arizona, for the same place her last outing, the pre-pandemic Reputation Tour, began in 2018. Swift is coming to our very own MetLife Stadium on May 26th and 27th, with openers Phoebe Bridgers and Gail on the 26th, and Bridgers and Gracie Abrams on the 27th. The U.S. leg wraps up 4.5 months later with 2 nights at LA SoFi Stadium, August 4 to 5. She's touring 20 cities and hitting over the course of 27 dates.
Wow.
Right, Aidan.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, I'm not that big of a fan of Taylor Swift, but Paramore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is-
no.
This is really huge news in the entertainment world. And like Jake just said, May 26th and May 27th, Taylor Swift is going to be 10 miles from campus, guys. Around 10 miles.
Sheesh,
I
that's so
know.
weird to think.
Yeah. And
We should just go stand outside the stadium, and then we'll be like a couple miles away.
yeah, call up Professor Kaminsky. Could we get your helicopter over here so we can get like a nice
I think we should bother our lovely promotions director, Terry Dickerson, on getting some tickets.
Yo, get us into the Phoebe Bridgers
Please.
Taylor Swift show.
Oh,
I'd be more excited to see Phoebe Bridgers than Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
I think I would be
but,
too.
Well, my question for all of you is, how fast do you think this tour is going to sell out?
Oh, so quick.
pretty,
It's not a
pretty
question,
quick. Yeah.
As soon as tickets go on sale.
I think this is the first time she's touring ever since the pandemic.
Mhm.
So
Are they on?
I'm thinking
sale
like
right
how
now?
fast Olivia Rodrigo tickets went out, and
They
like,
would. They sold her world tour sold out in 5 days.
woo!
5 days. So I'm wondering, are the tickets on sale right now for Taylor Swift?
No, they come out November 15th.
So
That's what people have
for the
some-
I know.
holidays.
I've been scoping.
Get those Christmas gifts in early.
If you
it's
want.
do you think that they're gonna be like
Yeah.
expensive? Like, I know people like to sell them,
Oh.
and obviously they jack up the prices, but I think the starting prices, like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be high.
I don't know. Since they're football stadiums, I feel like they're gonna be real expensive.
SoFi
Yeah.
Stadium is a huge MetLife.
She's playing football stadiums. That's wild.
That is insane.
Well, that's what MetLife is as well. MetLife
Yeah,
is a
I didn't know
football
that. I thought she was playing MSG. That's how much I know about Taylor Swift.
I remember over the summer, I went with my cousin and all of her friends to see Lady Gaga in MetLife for the Chromatica Ball, and that was awesome. And I remember there was an airplane, probably from Newark or flying from Newark, that literally flew so close to the rim of the stadium, like really, really low.
Oh god.
That must have been a chill pilot.
It's like I want to listen to some tunes.
So if we look below us,
Like, I want to be included.
we are listening to.
Yeah, whenever you fly over, whenever you're heading to Newark Airport, fly over in that life.
Well, I didn't do that. I did that this summer when I was on vacation. That didn't happen.
What flights are you taking in?
But yeah, that's really, really cool. I'm excited to see it. It's always awesome, I think, when bands like when you see which bands are collaborating with one another.
Yeah.
To go on tour.
And the best thing is like when you go see one artist and the other favorite artist opens for them.
Yeah.
And then like 2 in 1.
Yeah, exactly. That's like I can name a lot of bands who are doing that right now. A lot of them. Not specifically in like the pop scene, but in different genres as well. And we hope that if people around campus get their tickets, get them fast. Because if they don't get them in time, then
be on that website like an hour before.
Yeah, and I think I also saw online like, during Olivia Rodrigo's world tour, the website to buy the tickets from was so laggy.
Yeah,
people were trying to buy tickets because everybody was on at once.
But you guys only have 13 days, 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 35 seconds.
If you want to, guys, we gotta get this fast. Oh my gosh. Our next story, Jake. Do you mind taking this away?
I suppose I could. IKEA sues indie game developer over survival horror game set in a furniture store. Oh boy. IKEA is known for many things. Cost conscious for you know what IKEA is known for. But now they're known for suing independent game developers for using a storefront similar to their own. The Swedish-based furniture company has sued Jacob Shaw, an independent game developer in the United Kingdom. IKEA has demanded that Shaw make changes to his unreleased survival horror game, The Store is Closed. The game, which is available for pre-order on Kickstarter, is a crafting and survival game based in a furniture store that bears a striking resemblance to IKEA. Although the interior of the store, where the bulk of the game takes place, appears to be a generic furniture store and uses generic assets, according to Shaw, there are definitely some calls to the popular furniture brand. Many of the enemies in the game wear yellow striped shirts, which are similar to the uniform of IKEA employees. Price tags displayed in catalogs in the game also look similar to IKEA's. Many have concluded that the game may be less inspired by the horrors of shopping or flat-packed furniture and more so by a piece of horror fiction. Inside the urethral store are faceless employees that wander the aisles like zombies, hunting for trapped customers to inform them that the store is closed before tearing them limb from limb.
Wow.
I love IKEA so much.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, and based on what the details Jake was sharing, I can definitely see why IKEA could be upset with this.
Yeah. I don't know.
If I would say if he included a ball pit in his game, I would definitely say yes. He's trying to model IKEA because
IKEA has a ball pit.
IKEA has a ball pit.
They do.
I remember. I don't remember.
The ball pit is
the one in Newark. A good friend of mine who goes here said the meatballs at the Newark IKEA are phenomenal.
No,
but is the ball pit
is
made
the
out
ball
of
pit
meatballs?
made out of meatballs?
No. I don't remember.
It could be.
It might have been.
It's
It
a
might have been.
Step up your game, IKEA. If you
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Really.
I don't remember exactly. It might have been the one in Newark, but I remember when I was little. We went to an IKEA, which had like a ball pit and like a play set meant for little kids.
That's how long that they want you to trap in there when you gotta entertain the kids with
It's like a Bob's furniture store.
Okay.
But better.
Looking at images from this game, it does not look like IKEA except for like the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the inside of the game does not look like it at all.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to look at it on Steam. Give me a second.
If you want this game to be really like an IKEA, like make it like one point the mini map goes away and you're just confused and lost, and the point of the horror game is all the arrows on the floor disappear, and you're just now in a dark IKEA wandering.
Yeah, like when when
to
story
find
was introduced, I thought that was the game. Like the fact it was like the joke that like IKEA is so confusing to get out of.
Listen, IKEA is my happy place. Don't come after IKEA like that.
I haven't had their meatballs actually.
I haven't either.
Don't eat the meatballs.
Why not, Alex?
What's
Not-
your review, Alex?
Because I once went to IKEA with my friends and I ate the meatballs. And you know how food is supposed to fill you up?
Yes.
I felt like it took away. I don't know how to explain it.
Can I just say, off topic, but I'm looking at the trailer right now, and this game looks like Gmod. Do you guys remember what? Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
Do they make this in Gmod? That's
Oh,
I don't know.
I haven't played that in years.
Gmod is a sandbox game that looks very like, not plasticky, but it's very like,
Yeah.
It's old looking.
yeah.
You'll know
They
the
do that.
noise of like somebody dies in Gmod. You know the noise. It's
Yeah.
Beep beep.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about actually.
Yeah.
Or like they're like hitting a hard surface and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, but here on the Morning Buzz, here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, it is the end of our morning show this morning. It has been an awesome time here with you guys. This is my first time ever running the board on the Morning Buzz. Thank you, Lara,
You
for
did great,
giving
Aiden.
me the opportunity to do
Of
so.
course.
Incredible
Jake,
stuff. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Yeah, thank you for joining us on Zoom. And Alex, Cassandra, thank you for joining us as well. It's always a pleasure having you both here Wednesday mornings. And listeners, tune in tomorrow for the Morning Buzz for the Thursday crew with Isaiah, Lara,
JT.
Amina, JT, and Campbell Donovan.
Oh, I'm gonna be tuning in.
Pretty
What a
sure
crew.
that's a sportscaster for next
Yep.
or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that and enjoy your Wednesday, guys. Bye.
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 Adios.